Howdy y'all, it's your boy Q, and today we're going to be breaking into the vintage vault once again to show you this HA9-piece surf wah. Let's get to it.
If you made it this far, welcome to the Q Show. Gonna learn a thing, it's probably in the title.
Alright, so what do we have here? We've got this is the Apollo brand, but it's made by Shin-Ei and a bunch of others. You might have heard of that brand for the fuzz pedal. That's super iconic to it. But here we've got their surf wah. Whoever manufacturer is putting these out made under a bunch of different names and even slightly different enclosure shapes, but ultimately kind of had the same vibe. It was a volume, a surf, and then like a tornado, where I've seen hurricane, and a wah. And of course this, the ever important siren button. So let's hear what this all sounds like. It's pretty gnarly. First things first, siren volume, surf tornado volume, pretty self-explanatory, and a selector knob to get all of these functions in here. A testament to its build, everything still works. It just needed a little TLC with the pots, and this thing came right back to life. I was actually pretty impressed. All right, anyway, let's hear the siren. All right, so as you can hear, it's a siren. Cool, the reverb is from the amp. Let's go over the other stuff now. Surf. Tornado. Something to note, the tornado sound does seem to have a bit of a wah thing going into it. And you'll notice the wah gets higher as we go backwards, which you're going to see how that creates an interesting quirk in this in a minute. Volume knob is volume. It just lowers the volume. It is worth noting there's a bit of a volume drop when I kick it in. I don't know if that's component drift or just a quirk of the design, but I'm definitely not going to rebuild this to find out. All right, next thing, very quickly show you this wah here, and then I'm going to play it. But first, I want to highlight what I think is the weirdest thing about this pedal. So you hear it actually gets higher as you go backwards. I don't know if that was to make sure if the tornado effect didn't start low when you engaged it, but it's the opposite of any wah I've heard of. So I do find it a little frustrating, but that doesn't mean it's unplayable. Now that we know that, how does the wah sound? Now, I feel it's actually super musical, very smooth. I feel like this is pretty incredible. So let me put this on the floor. We've got our wah, as I demoed a second ago. It is the opposite, so when you go down, it goes lower in the wah. This is going to make the demo, understandably, a little awkward. So instead of trying to do the opposite of what I usually do on a wah, I'm going to just play a couple chords and just hold a couple notes out and rock the wah so you can kind of get an idea of how smooth it is. I'm actually a huge fan of its tone, despite this. You have to hit it pretty hard to get to. Let's get to a clip. It breaks up a little interestingly. I don't know if maybe that's the transistors that are inside. Alright, so hopefully something in that was salvageable. So all in all, very smooth, low gain wah. I'm a fan. And there we have it. What'd you think? I think it's got some pretty cool sound. Despite the kind of specialized use of the siren and the surf tornado / hurricane stuff, I feel like it's a pretty interesting sound. I can see it live as being pretty dynamic for creating like certainly get the crowd's attention, that's for sure. the wah to me is the real star here. Super smooth, balanced, musical. The way it bites is a little interesting, but the fact that it kind of stays so far away from that, I think, is it playing up to its strength, which I can appreciate. As always, thank you for watching. I'm Q, and this was the Q Show.